I would love to talk to you about the game plan of how you should learn. So, this is a guide on what I would suggest you do in the first 30 days of having your Domo instance, your page that you're going to be using. Okay, so the first week, what I would suggest you do in the first 7 days would be the sections around getting used to Domo, the intro to Domo, understanding what it is, quick navigation, watching how fast that I'm going to be able to make a dashboard so you can understand the power of this thing. In addition to that first section, I think you should look into understanding the groceries. What I mean by that is that means how are we going to get our data? We have to go to the grocery store, we have these different connectors, understanding just how that works and what are the multiple options we have to get it. Okay. I would suggest that is your first 7 days that we should do. Get a feel for Domo, move around, navigate so you don't feel awkward about using it. You get ease of access. You just get more familiar with it. So in the next week, week two, for those 7 days, what I would suggest you do is at least all the ETL functions. You're not going to use them all every single time, but at least knowing what tools you have in the kitchen, that helps you move around. You know what you can work with, and you have a little bit of familiarity with them. So I would say do those. Quality is more important than speed. Just focus on understanding what those ETL tools are, and now you have that arsenal if you ever need to use it. Then what I would suggest is you can either do this in the second week if you have time, or move it to the third week, the next 7 days, is understanding all the card types. By doing all the card types, again, you just get some dexterity, you get a sense of feeling. What do you have to play with? You have familiarity with it. I would suggest you do that in week 3. Okay. The last week, week 4 to your 30 days, here's where I would say practice making a dashboard. You're going to watch me make a dashboard and you are going to follow along with me. I would love for you to follow along with me. But by doing that, you're going to put all the principles you've learned and all the practices and the skill sets together, and you're going to be able to make something really, really, really cool. And then that's not going to take you a full week. For the remainder of those days, you're going to explore other really cool features such as alerts, how to distribute data, see what's working for your organization, for your team. That's where a lot of good feedback will come into play, and people start to see you as the data guru or the data person in your organization, and that'll be really, really fun. And then I would say the last thing is get on Domo community forums. If you go on the community forum, you can continuously learn and practice, but now you have a understanding you might be able to help somebody else later. That's what I would suggest you do in the first 30 days of how to get started with Domo so you can feel confident and have ease of access.